Hey buddy, it's Invicta. It's time to begin officially Hush and Delirium week here on the channel. Oh boy, yes indeed. I know it was supposed to start yesterday, but obviously we had that crazy TM trainer run that we did on the rejudging of Isaac, or Double Jeopardy, that the Mosh Pit earned through the birthday stream. Thank you all very much for that. And yes, if you did not go see that, you probably should, because if anything, it just kind of tells you exactly why TM trainer is just done, just bad, straight up bad. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you on this Invictus subreddit by Abe Froman -SKOC. I don't know what that stands for. Hopefully nothing bad. Top throw, as you can tell how meaningful it is by the way they don't care. And then in parentheses, they also said, thanks for being one of the good ones, Sin. Donating your hard-earned money to non-Invictus streamers. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, I try to tell people, you know, you don't want to overstate things, obviously, because it is very nice and very generous of people to do so. But there's just the online streaming culture of everything, of just it's so automatic in some of these people's minds that it's just, I don't know. I don't like it, but that's just me. CJ is gonna be Victor Foxtrot 38 Yankee Hotel Kilo Romeo. We're starting off with Harlequin Baby, good damage, good tears, bad shot speed, and blank card, which didn't give us a tarot card for some odd reason. And we're off. So here we go with Hush Delirium week. Every single run up until next Sunday is going to go to Hush and Delirium on lap 1, no matter what. And as voted on by a majority, a great majority, I should mention, of the Mosh Pit, if I do not qualify, if we get a run that's bad enough or whatever happens, prevents me from getting into Hush after 30 minutes. For whatever reason, I am allowed to get myself into the Hush door no matter what by way of the console commands. I said I'll probably just do Mama Mega just because it's just right there. People were like, oh, you could spawn this, you could do that, you could have, there was like the Hush, the blue key or something like that. No, dude, I'm literally just pop Mama Mega after it lives is dead. Run in, and that's it. So if there's anything that drops for some odd reason in the Hush door, if there's like rocks or something, which there never is, but if there is, and it was done by way of Mama Mega, it's obviously off limits. I'm not going to touch it. I don't know why I've decided to pick up Sticky Bombs. Sticky Bombs are actually not a very good item for us to get. The reason why I don't like Sticky Bombs is because they tend to, obviously they stick to everything, but the thing that I don't like about them is that you can use them to try to block something that's running towards you, and then they get stuck to that thing that's running towards you. So yeah, like this is going to be a great example of what I'm talking about right here with Steven. So not only does it not slow them down, but then it also makes them, it also gives them, it turns them into a walking time bomb that will explode and deal damage to you that you do not want. Obviously you want to try to get that soul heart here, but from a base standpoint, a base stat standpoint, we're doing okay. This is not a trash, terrible start. It's not a great start, but it's also not a terrible start here. We do need a tarot cloth as well, or a tarot card. Tarot cloth would be nice. And we got extra bombs here, so we might as well go the extra mile to get ourselves possibly an extra item, or just get extra pills that I won't extra take because we don't have extra PhD or extra Virgo or anything like that. They can give us some extra stats, or at least an extra chance for us to get an extra stat. We're just going to go into this extra first room over here. Now, as far as what happened on yesterday's run, I don't know exactly the culprit. People were saying in chat, they were saying that, oh, it was Magic Skin or a Reverse Stars card. It's hard to really say. Either way, and we're really not going to get the we could try here, but we're starting to get low on bombs. I think I'm just going to wait. Wait. No. Hang on a second. We're not done yet. Because we have the Fool's Gold over here that I did not blow up in that other room, so we can go. That's guaranteed 2 cents, so we can go just grab that. Yeah, I don't know if it was Magic Skin, or if it was the Reverse Stars card, or maybe another thing that people are kind of forgetting is that it also just could be TM Trainer. Like TM Trainer just does that. You know, I'm glad that it got exposed firsthand of just how dangerous and just how awful TM Trainer is, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, TM Trainer, it's wild, it's wacky, oh look at all the crazy runs you can do, whoa, check that overpowered run out, and then something like that happens, you're like, oh yeah, this item's garbage. And of course, if you want to be nicer about it, it's not garbage, it's just extremely dangerous. unpredictable, and you know, risky. Use at your own risk, I think, is ultimately how we talk about TM Trainer. We're going to last week's question of the episode here. This is from the "Is this really the best item in all of Isaac" episode, which of course was talking about Keeper's Sack. There's no way with this movement speed we're going to get out of there in time. This one coming in from Jack Manghost, who said, question of the episode, what are your thoughts on adding trinkets to the Devil Deal? It wouldn't take up an item pedestal, and it would be off to the side so you don't accidentally take them. This is assuming that I'm assuming that you mean like if it's going to be new trinkets, because if we get new trinkets, hey, I'm all for that. Like, yeah, sign me up, coach. But if it's existing trinkets and trinkets that would cost HP for me to take, like, don't get me wrong, I love Sigil of Baphomet. It's a fantastic, phenomenal item, phenomenal trinket. Same thing goes for not Glitch Crown, but Crack Crown. You know, there's no downsides to it all, like, absolutely. But would I pay HP for it in a bind? Is like, if we have a low HP situation here and there's no other Devil Deal items to take, no, I'm not going to do that. But if we get like exciting new amazing Devil Deal trinkets that synergize with evil items better, or give us like special tier effects or anything like that, then hey, I'm all for it. It just really comes down to what is the game offering to me for that to be worthwhile. For me, you know, for me to take an item that's going to be subtracting away from my HP, it better be worth it. That is the common theme for me anyway. It's a common philosophy when it comes to Devil Deals. You know, it has to be worth the player's effort. Otherwise, it's just a bad deal. Golden Bomb here, which I will immediately start taking and wasting. Oh, that was not a double item room. Well, at least we can go use the Razor Blade to get into the cursed room. I don't know why I thought that was a double item room. As in an item room that we could take both from instead of just one. So let's go. We have plenty of hearts right now, so we can go back and use the Razor Blade. By the way, I forgot to turn on external information mod, I think. And that was from me playing a multiplayer run with Zombolus and Alex, aka Agramonopolis, during, surprise, surprise, the birthday stream, which was a lot of fun. I'm glad it wasn't a total disaster. We had lots and lots of new people come over, you know, first timers, first subbers, and that sort of thing. Lots of people, of course, through the generosity of the Mosh Pit, were gifted subs, or in this case, paid memberships into the Discord, where, you know, we've had a lot of people over the last couple days here just chit-chatting, and that's what I love to see. I love to see people talking, mingling. You know, we get new people. A lot of our Discord crowd are the same. They're the same members of the Mosh Pit who've been there for literally years. And, you know, everyone's always so welcoming and open and chit-chatty with people. There's no like sort of like, oh, this person's new or anything like that. You know, it's just a collection of really solid people. And I was talking about this on the follow-up stream I did on Friday, of course, for Pokemon Breaks. And, you know, just talking about how proud I am of the community that I've built and the people who make up for it. A community is literally nothing without people. So I'm very, very fortunate and very proud of everything that I've built up. And just the people who populate the Mosh Pit. You guys and gals are the best. And I've said that time in, time out. I may not have the biggest channel in the world. And that's fine with me. I don't want the biggest channel in the world, to be honest. Although I would like 1 million subs one day. That is a goal of mine. One day. Maw the Void here. Remember, we've got to go to Delirium and Hush on lap 1, so we need to get a solid power curve very quickly here. I wanted to get more options, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to go back and grab Blank Card. Super Secret Room might be there. And it is. Maybe we get some Soul Hearts here. We did not. All right. Maw the Void is definitely going to help us out a lot. Yeah, one final time. Thank you, everybody who came by the birthday stream, who just came by in passing just to wish me happy birthday, and you know, people who donated. Not only of course donated as in like super chats and actual donations, but but the gifted memberships on YouTube, as well as the people who donated their time, which is most likely you. You donated your time to be there, no matter how long or how short you were there for. Just taking your time out to wish me happy birthday and tune in for a couple Isaac runs means that's ultimate for me. We get Small Rock. We also have ourselves the 2 of Spades and our blank card combo, which I believe is a 12-room cooldown. So we'll see. We'll see how this is going to pan out here. Oh, you know what? I take that back. It was only a 6-room cooldown. That's actually incredible. A 6-room auto clear for regular mobs, and we just got a charge key, so it can be sort of self-perpetuating. Dude, I'm down for it. Yeah, keys are no longer a problem. I mean, Hollow Heart gives us or Empty Heart, it gives us a heart container every time that we go to a new floor that we have an empty heart. So like no soul hearts, for example, or soul heart and no red hearts, for example, would give us an extra heart to have and to hold and to keep our own. It's only bad if you're trying not to have any red hearts, obviously. I mean dang bombs. We need some dang old bombs here. Because there's no way to avoid having the red hearts that it gives you. But again, whether or not it just like most things in Isaac, it's about perspective, right? I personally don't think that I don't think it's that much of a risk to take. But there would be certain situations where you wouldn't want to have a whole lot of red heart upgrades. And if you're going for like angel deals, for example, then you cannot protect your red hearts from being hit. If you're going for devil deals, if you're going for angel deals, it's slightly better. Can't believe it didn't get hit there. La Bomba. I know where the secret room is, but let's go ahead and do that real quick. Get rid of the, I should have pushed that chest there. Get rid of the mimic chest that was in the middle. Well, now we don't have a bomb, so. But I'm going to try my best. For Hush Delirium Week, I'm going to try to make sure that we don't have to spawn something in with the console command, if at all possible. Now, undoubtedly, I hope not, but undoubtedly, we are probably going to get to a point where we get a run that's so bad that it's just not possible from a time standpoint for me to make Hush without having to dip into the console. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but again, I'm going to try my best to make sure that we hit it without having to do that. And whether or not that happens or not is, I don't know. This is just day one. It's day one of Hush Delirium Week. We're all eyes on me for this one. So you see that we did not get another HP upgrade there because we had filled hearts. Reverse devil card, which doesn't really help us here. I mean, to be honest, we don't need to keep using the Ace of Spades, but I'm going to. Right now, I'm primarily just using it to clear rooms that are just too big or just too annoying to deal with. And of course, it is nice that we don't need to have keys. That's a plus. We have plenty of keys now. Missing page number 2, which is going to give us the Necronomicon effect. If we take damage and we don't have any red hearts, it's basically just the negative, except it gives you a soul heart. About it. Whenever you pick it up, I mean. That'd be nice if it gave you a soul heart if you took damage. But then it'd be too easy, you know? It's not... I don't think that there's... For me, anyway, I wouldn't find satisfaction in Isaac if every single run was just overpowered and just crazy, off-the-wall bonkers. I think that Isaac gets great joy out of its challenge up to a certain point, is what I'll say. Up to a certain point, I think that Isaac is pretty fair when it comes to difficulty up to a certain point. Now, obviously, the the big stinker right now, of course, is the discussion on Glowing Hourglass and the removal of the Glowing Hourglass and Book of Shadows from Tainted Lost. As someone who hates the character and doesn't play the character, I will tell you that it doesn't really affect me. It seemed and I talked to Zombolus about this. For me, the only thing that I brought up was that I felt like it was unnecessary to do that. That was the only thing that I personally said to him in private. You know, but I get the reason why they want to just make him. He is the hardest character in the game. Period. Point blank. He's the hardest character to play in the game. So for someone like me who hates playing the character anyway, you know, it doesn't really affect me. But if you're trying to do like Tainted Lost streaks or anything like that, then obviously things are going to be a little bit more challenging from now on. But at the same time, like I was thinking about it, I'm like, how often did I really see the Book of Shadows and Glowing Hourglass on my runs as Tainted Lost? And I honestly can't recall. So I don't know if that would have affected me either way, but let's just put it this way. I'm just glad that I don't have to do unlocks anymore. I definitely feel for people who have not done it. So, you know, Krampus fight as soon as we get a credit card. Blank card credit card is going to be pretty amazing here. Free devil deals, free shops, and 12-room cooldown. Yeah, sign me up for that. Got plenty of HP, so I don't mind walking here. No problem at all. Curse rooms being curse rooms. I think that my reaction to that what's happened there? That was weird. My reaction to the patch notes video was very raw. Whenever I read that, because I did not know that change was coming. And it's just another one of those, like, but why though? You know, it was just one of those type of reactions. Like, okay, like he's supposed to be a hard character, but he's already a hard character, so you know, it seemed unnecessary. But at the same time, who am I to judge or argue with the balance changes? At the end of the day, I think that, you know, it is going to be challenging. But if you're really struggling with Tainted Lost unlocks, then my suggestion would be, and like if it's just like truly bumming you out, like really bumming you out, then I would say just go. Either you can. I'm sure there's already a mod that undoes a lot of the stuff in Repentance. I mean, I know that mod exists. And if you don't want to go that route and you want to do it as the game was designed without modding stuff in, then get, I would say, uninstall Repentance and just update to an older version of that, which is a little bit more involved. Obviously, console players don't have a chance for that, but that would be probably the best thing to do. Or if you are on PC, then just mod it in. You'll find a lot of those, like, but why though changes in Repentance. And Repentance Plus has definitely been better about undoing a lot of that stuff. Not all of it, of course. I still argue with the choice for the donation machine nerf. That seemed very illogical. But you know, if it was really a big deal, then it was like, oh my god, it's this or not playing the game. Then it's like, well, I'm gonna keep playing the game. If it really bugged you, just mod it. I do feel for console players though, and the amount of people that were cheering, saying, "I'm so glad I'm on console. We don't have to update." There was creep left over. That was a pretty generous creep pool there, game. We killed that fatty a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, the amount of people who cheered that they have not updated their client, or that they're on console was quite hilarious. I could use credit card in the shop. I'm going to wait till we at least see what's inside of the devil deal here, if we get one. Infestation doing some good work here. All right. Let's go back. We can get starter deck here, which is going to be very nice for blank card. And we get Temperance Machine, which could give us more money if we really wanted it. Money is not really necessary for where we're at in this run, unless we have Judgments or something like that. There's no reason to bomb the blue fires. We already have full health, basically, so especially after that one we got from Latchkey. Okay, I lied. We're one down. We're one half heart down. Crazily enough, we actually have a chance to make boss rush here, and I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna take the full card over the Temperance Machine for blank card. This is one of those scenarios where someone's like, "How come you don't go into the arcade?" Well, there you go. I went to the arcade. I have nothing against arcades, but normally, under the usual circumstances, I don't need arcades. Which is not a good. I'm not saying that's a good excuse either, because yeah, if something goes wrong, you're like, oh darn, oh rats, I didn't have enough money to do this. It's like, well, you didn't go to the arcade, so you didn't take all the things necessary, all the steps necessary required for you to succeed. But most of the time, arcades are just kind of I don't want to say a waste of time, but they cost you lots of time. When I could be clearing rooms, I could be doing other things, I could be trying to make boss rush like we're at right now, where it's going to be every single dead end from here until Zimbabwe, and we're still going to be inundated. We are going to get Proptosis, though, which is going to be fantastic for us here with Maw the Void. And another dead end. All right. Right. Here we go. Maybe this is the right way to go, because all we're doing is just trying to get to boss rush. Nope. Woo! There we go, baby. All right. So that is a classic Invicta navigation full clear right there. You guys and gals saw it in the flesh. Here we are. How does he do it? Etc. Etc. Try to get close range as possible here with Proptosis to deal as much damage as we can. And this one doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go with the Polaroid, however. Oh, baby. I'm gonna go with the Polaroid just because we're going to need it against Hush, and I'm actually not going to use the credit card here, as weird as that may seem, because I want to get down to Polaroid invincibility. We're going to have enough HP to take Brimstone, and then we can also use blank card, credit card here to get Little Horn. That's wild to me that, kind of sucks. That's wild to me that blank card, credit card is only a 6-room cooldown. That's madness. We gotta do something about that face there, Isaac. We get actually a movement speed upgrade here, finally, with Orphan Socks, and on top of that, it gives us immunity to spikes, so I'm down for that. And we just got flying, which gives us even better immunity to spikes. So, rejoice, everybody. Gonna look for the super secret room, but meh. Of course, I'm not suggesting that yes, you. I'm not suggesting that you should skip arcades at all. I frequently tell people, do not play like me. My style works for me. You know, like going back to the TM Trainer Double Jeopardy run that we did yesterday. You know, in a real world scenario for stuff, I would have never taken TM Trainer, to be fair. And secondly, I would have never kept once we had that revelation combo out there, I would have never taken anything else. Like, we don't, the more TM Trainer items that you take, the worse that it gets, or at least potentially the worse that you get. Because all you're doing is you're just compounding the RNG against you to get something truly heinous, like for example, just dying instantly. You know, so it really, but the reason, obviously, it was a rejudging of Isaac. It was a double jeopardy of Isaac. Whatever, I think double jeopardy works, honestly. But you know, we want to say, okay, TM Trainer, let's see what you can do. Let's see what you're capable of. Can we get something usable out of you? And turns out we got content out of it. That's about it. That's all. Really, if you think about it, that's all TM Trainer really is good for, is just content. I hate that phrase because it dumbs everything down to just, it makes things feel so artificial and so manufactured. You know, you got people going around like intentionally like pissing people off, and you know, they're like, oh, in all in the name of content, the almighty content. It's like, dude, shut up. First loss you're seeing here with us just getting more and more HP upgrades from Empty Heart, that it's not necessarily the best thing to have a whole lot of red hearts. It's continually stopping us from having Polaroid invincibility, and that's bad. Maybe not as bad against Hush, obviously, but it's bad against Delirium, which is the whole reason why I wanted to get rid of our HP, and I'm hoping that we end up getting rid of our HP before we get to Void, because that's really where the big problems are going to be located. Now we do have enough damage to be relatively okay against Hush. I don't think that this whole week, personally, I do not believe that the danger is going to be Hush. I think that the real danger is going to be what it's always been, which is just fighting Delirium without being broken, without being just stupid OP. And I think that it's going to be dangerous. It's definitely going to be a challenge. I'm really starting to question the logic in behind taking Empty Heart now, which is the reason why most of the time I don't take Empty Heart, and I should have thought about that. Well, I mean, I did think about it. You can, if you go back, I paced back and forth here trying to decide, but anyway. Our choices have been made. We got old Hushy. Curse the Blind. Cheers game. I mean, we're going to have to go Potato Peeler here, because that at least allows us to get rid of our red hearts, so that's incredible. That's actually a legitimately amazing find for us here. Get a Tears Up. We absolutely need that, even though we have Brimstone. So, yeah, Potato Peeler is going to be quite nice, because at least that's going to allow us to get rid of our red hearts, so we now can guarantee Polaroid invincibility against Delirium. And that's big time plays right there. I'm going to save the Devil card for when we fight Delirium. As much as it pains me to have to fight Hush without using the Book of Belial, it's going to be necessary. Really fast shot there. Now, inevitably, the question always comes up here with Proptosis and with Coal, does one cancel out the other? The answer is no. Proptosis's ranged fall off is extremely, extremely high in terms of a penalty on your damage versus you losing out on the distance multiplier from the Lump of Coal. So even though it doesn't really work that way, it's how I've always kind of explained Lump of Coal. Lump of Coal will give you more damage based on how far you are from the target that you're hitting with your tears. Even though that's incorrect. That's not the actual definition of Lump of Coal, but it's just that's how I kind of help people understand what it does. But Proptosis gives you way, way, way more of a damage bonus than you ever will get at max range with Lump of Coal and Brimstone especially. So we want to get up close and personal here. That's why I'm practically touching Hush right now. But we're in a nice little dead zone here, so you can't always do this, so don't expect this to be like a safe area here. Sometimes we get a good dead zone, sometimes we don't get a good dead zone against Hush. Now you're seeing how long it takes us to even hit the nubs there. Their natural regen is actually outscaling our ability to deal damage to it. blocks by Guppy's hairball there. Now, it would be very foolish and dangerous of me to actually just go straight to Delirium here. We want to go into the Cathedral. We want to go into the chest so we can get those extra items before we have to go fight Delirium. Movement speed is real bad. Our movement speed is good for starting, but not for, like, late game. We're against Hush, Delirium sort of a deal here. Alright, so we came away with only a hit against Old Hushy. Against Curse the Blind, so there's not really much we can do. I could take the Reverse Lovers card, but we don't want to limit the amount of HP we have. We want to be maximum power against Delirium. Back-to-back Curse of the Blinds. At least we, again, can get rid of that empty heart container. So, and that invariably is also giving us a damage upgrade, which is going to be scaling very nicely with Proptosis. The Perthro. Yes, we don't need credit card anymore. Yeah, I just can't stand the... Maybe it's old man yelling at clouds these days to have this take, but like I really cringe at like streamers who have to record everything because they we'll do that for the content. We got to get the content. It's the content. It's like, man. That's just it cheapens life. I think that's what it comes down to for me. Like, it really kind of cheapens life itself into just content. You know, you get these dudes crashing expensive cars and like, oh, get this on tape, man. At least we got to get content out of this at least. It's like, oh my god, give me a break, dude. Let's put it this way: new media is not new anymore. I remember when new media was actually new media. Thank you, Uncle Deckard. Hey, look at that. Well, that soul heart's not going to matter because we're still going to get the empty heart container. Mercy Unknown. Again, doesn't really matter. We can get rid of the red heart container. We get a Tears upgrade here with Rosary, which is nice. Evil Eye doesn't really matter. And I think we can use a Perthro here just to get rid of these two. We get the Ankh, which is going to allow us to respawn, and a little bit of a Charm. Charm tier effect. Mom's Eyeshadow. It turns into a nice bright pink Brimstone. On Tomato is going to be okay. And we have a... I do miss our pink Brimstone, though, already. I guess, you know, it does kind of tie in today's meme of the day too. It's just that I've always had a higher opinion of the people who watch me, and don't brush off, you know, whether people feel bad because they can't donate, or the people who donate just a monstrous amount of subs and stuff to me. You know, it's all for me. I try to treat everyone the same. You know, obviously, people want to be generous. They want to support you. You have to let them do that. That was something I talked about that in a recent video. Actually, that was something that I had to get used to, because I felt really bad of taking people's money. And it was really Husky who told me that you're not taking people's money. They're giving it to you because they want to support you. And nowadays, with how many platforms there are of new media, I guess it's just say content creation. With how many platforms there are now, it's just like there are people, there are certain parts of your audience that don't necessarily want to support Twitch because they're with Amazon, or vice versa. They don't want to support you on YouTube, but they don't mind supporting you on Twitch or Patreon or or wherever. I'm just grateful and very lucky and blessed to have the people that want to support me at all, which includes you. And thank you for being here and supporting all these videos, all these silly, fun, dumb, hopefully sometimes thoughtful videos that we make here on this stupid game. This stupid game. And if you want really stupid, oh boy, here we go. All right, so hopefully we get that last soul heart back, and now we're really in it. So on current evaluation, where are we standing at here against Delirium? We do not have the movement speed to be safe against him. We do not have the damage to be truly safe against him. I think that if we get more movement speed, I think we'll be fine. Movement speed is going to be our limiting factor here. I'm not trying to get the sprinkler, by the way. It's just kind of whatever. No, we do not D100 this. The trick of this is going to be surviving and not taking damage up to Delirium, and then hopefully finding like an Algiz rune or something like that to combat his BS-ness. Even though this is going to be the first time that I'm fighting Delirium since he got sort of nerfed. Sort of. But it's still Delirium. This is the reason why we harped on having the Polaroid invincibility, so we don't get double tapped by his ridiculousness. And there we go. So we get a Hierophant card, which is going to be massive for us. That's 2 additional hits that we can take on Delirium while having the Polaroid invincibility active. So we absolutely do not want Cursed Eye, because the last thing that we want to do is leave the room and start over again. Which, if those of you who recall, a long time ago was akin to the War of Attrition episode, and now a legendarily bad run where I played Jacob and Esau and went up to fight Delirium, and then it resulted in, like, I think a 45-minute battle against him. And I believe that bug has since been fixed. But at the time, unbeknownst to me, I didn't even know, I did not know it was a bug, with 9 lives being on one or the other. So that was truly a spectacular disaster of an episode that I think really, if anything, it highlights my utter disdain and displeasure of letting the game win. You know that your boy's never going to give up. Not even in some of the most ridiculous of Blueprints puzzles. Even though there are times where I'm just like, ugh. I don't think I have the mental capacity to put up with this stuff anymore. I mean, the sprinkler is going to help us do some damage to Delirium, but it's not a lot, right? Especially with Proptosis, like, it would have to get right up there. That's a nice damage upgrade, though. Get Leviathan, which is nice. Good damage there. The jumper cables are interesting because that could potentially give us multiple sprinklers against Delirium. Every 15 kills that we get with the jumper cables in our passive inventory is going to give us 1 pip of charge on our active item. Wow, I can't believe that we dodged that. That shows you right there the ridiculous tracking that is those eye lasers. By tracking, if you don't know what I mean by tracking, when we talk about those eye lasers, especially the ones that we just saw, I mean by them focusing, aiming on you, and accurately hitting you with precision accuracy before you even get a chance to move. And that's something that has been changed a couple of times in Repentance Plus. Zombolas has adjusted the speed that some things can track you through, either by way of you entering a room or by you technically not being spawned in the room, that sort of stuff. So that has been adjusted. I still think it needs a little bit of fine tuning, but right now the balance team has bigger fish to fry. Bigger eyes to make cry. I would say that we got one meaningful upgrade so far in Void. Other than, well, no, that's not true. We also got Binky, which was nice out of that claw machine. But really, that wasn't thanks to Void. That was thanks to a claw machine. That could have spawned anywhere in any floor. Also, where are our bosses game? Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Now you do happen to have some dinosaurs in your dinosaur park. Yeah, I mean, Hungry Soul's only one soul heart here, and we also get our Hierophant card, so hopefully we get that last soul heart back, but it's not the end of the world, I don't think, anyway. Look at that, get another damage upgrade here and a rune, which gives us Algiz. Let's go! Now we have to decide whether or not we want the Hierophant card or not. I'm going to say no. We got an Algiz rune and the Devil card, which is going to help us out. If you think that I'm overvaluing this Devil card, keep in mind we have Proptosis and Brimstone and Maw of the Void. Any damage that we can add on right now is going to scale beautifully. And here we go. So day one, round one here of Delirium and Hush Week, officially happening on Monday, even though technically it was supposed to be yesterday. We just talked about that. Is upon us here. I'm trying to get a good spot here to drop the sprinkler on him. I think right in the middle of the room sounds good. Yeah, let's not use the High Priestess card. Thank you very much. And so there's the foot attack there. Look at that. Delirium parked himself right next to the sprinkler, which is not a smart idea. Oh my god. That was a Delirium Krampus Tele Brimstone. Okay. Be cool. Oh my god. The speed that this boss moves at is physically impossible. This is just madness right now. See, the reverse High Priestess card would be useful if it actually stomped against... If it was actually trying to target, like, other things, not Isaac. But there we go. We are able to get out of this run here. Not really too much of an issue on this run. No real scary moments. I gotta say, shout out to Blank Card and Credit Card for being big time for us. And also, honestly, one of the biggest upgrades that we got in that entire run, and probably the most surprising upgrade MVP that we got, was actually Potato Peeler. That was such a huge drop for us to be able to shed, not only get rid of those red heart upgrades that we didn't need or want, and it was actually kind of a detriment to have them, but also converting them into damage upgrades, which then, of course, goes into the scaling with Proptosis and Brimstone, all that kind of good stuff. So very, very solid start here to Hush Delirium Week. Thank you all very much for tuning in and liking and commenting and subscribing. One final time, thank you, everybody, for those of you who support my channel and those of you who came out to the birthday stream. We're going to be doing more YouTube streams at least once a month, so you can quote me on that. And thank you all very much. I hope you have a fantastic start to your new week here. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Censored, Sean Cooper, and G-Ben Gaijing. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.